Anyway, okay, so let's get back into that. I'm just going to actually stop my recording, stop my sharing. Can this be true? Is there really this type of spy technology out there?
I think it's more advanced than what they show you in the movies, in my personal opinion.
Really?
Like I said, I don't think they need to really, have a person, you know, go into the facility to make shit happen. They can do it from outside.
Okay, so we're going to talk real quick about like the history of spycraft. It appears that this actually started like in 1500 BC or earlier. It actually started with the pharaohs, and that's like where they had like undercover, right? People would go and try to infiltrate other families. And that's kind of what the art of war is based off of. And then we get into the Elizabethan era. And Francis Walsingham ran an extensive spy network to foil Catholic plots. So spies are literally going hundreds of thousands or thousands of years ago. And now it says modern intelligence was the OSS, the Office of Strategic Services, became the CIA in 1947. I didn't know there was something before that.
Yeah.
MI6 was founded in 1909. The KGB is now FSB in Russia, and they're a powerhouse of espionage. Israel's feared and secretive intelligence.org or intelligence organization, sorry, and then the NSA. So that's kind of what they consider spies of this day. But it's more than that, right? Like this is like just what we know of,
Right.
right? No?
Well, yeah, what
Yes?
they're telling us. Yeah, exactly.
What they're telling us, and they're telling us through movies. Um, okay, so now, what the questions are is there are some little known controversial spy topics, and what I want to know is your thoughts on these, or do you know what these are? So obviously, you
Okay.
talked about MK Ultra. I don't know what we can and cannot say. And it says it's a mind control experiments using LSD, hypnosis, sensory deprivation. Once conspiracy theory, now declassified. So this is what you're talking about, the whole mind control, like the what made you flip the switch when you pulled the breaker on that apartment, right?
Yeah, on
Like
my condo.
that's what you're
Yep.
referring to. Okay, so
Yep,
tell
that's
let's
exactly right. So Jack Cruz will tell you that Dr. Delgado, which I call the bull runner, you don't need any electrodes in a person to stimulate them. You can use directed energy.
okay. And it's just again we talk about the why this is insane. um you can actually even go back to like the Revolutionary War. Like didn't George Washington like create a whole spy ring supposedly,
Oh, I'm sure
and
he
that
was a
leads us
Mason.
into the war?
So I can't really hear you. Like you got to get closer to
You
your
can't
mic or
hear me
pull your
now?
mic closer. Now I can hear you.
Why are we having so many issues? Somebody's saying we're having issues there too.
Yeah, well,
They don't want us talking about this.
exactly.
Are you guys
Which is
can you hear me now? This is weird.
no, they took it off, or did they? Is it on the platforms? It is. Okay. So anyway, this is like a normal day in the life of a TI or a TS, targeted survivor. You know what's happening, and you know it's criminal,
Okay.
basically.
So what's the problem is that when I got kicked off, sorry guys for the tech issues today. When I pressed the stupid stop button, it started a new live show. So I'm going to put a chat in the other one. But still could jump over here, join us. Okay, so I want to hear your perspective on spies. Like I think it's sexy, but obviously it's serious. There's a lot of this going on. Like
Okay, so
Give me your thoughts on history.
let me tell you a personal story. When I was going on dates with the FBI guy, and basically he had gone down to interview someone in Salt Lake City to be a possible dual agent. And the meeting got cut short because that person didn't want to be a dual agent. And then I said, what else do you do? Have you done in the Army besides being a bomb tech trainer, how to defuse bombs? And he's like, well, basically, I get into people's psyche and he said something else. And I said, so basically you try to manipulate people into getting them to do what you want them to do. And he said, yeah, I guess.
To your face. Yeah, I guess. I'm using horrible
That
technology and
that could be
techniques
accurate.
to
He said something like that. That's accurate or something like that. But
wow.
but it
Like to your
happens on a
face.
daily basis on your TV. They're running a 24/7 psyop program if you're watching mainstream media news. Hey, Joel.
All right. I want to know about some crazy spy stuff. Um, that's what we're trying
Well,
to
they're
talk about today. I
well,
wasn't
they're
as
saying
prepared as I like to be.
well, we're going to loop it into Jeffrey Epstein because they were saying that he was a
Oh,
CIA informant and part of the Mossad.
ooh, tell me
So,
about that.
are are you? Well, I'm going to show you a video from the People's Voice. So, if you don't know who the People's Voice they are, then you need to follow them on your social media handles. But I am doing this one on Rumble because they don't really delete his stuff on there. But his name is
Okay.
Sean, and so let me share my
Hope they don't
screen.
delete it here.
So the People's Voice. Let's share this. And then we're going to go into this one because this is Virginia Giuffre, and she was, well, unalived recently.
Oh,
And
good.
so it's going to be a good one.
Okay. So real quick, who is the People's Choice again?
So the People's Voice.
People's
The
Voice.
People's
Sorry.
Voice. Yep. See it right there. And his name is Sean. He's the host. And it's
Okay.
yeah, so he's great. I've watched him for at
Okay. And
least
this is on
a
Rumble.
year and a
Cool.
half. Okay, are you
Cool.
ready?
I'm
Let
ready.
me
Hi, everybody. Hi, Crystal. Gosh, I hope people saw that we had to move to a different link. All right, go ahead. I'm ready. Blow my mind.
Okay. It's
The
supposed to
DOJ wants you to believe a fairy tale that Jeffrey Epstein trafficked children to no one.
Put it
There
full
is no
screen.
client list. Tens of thousands of videos have disappeared into thin air. Some of the most powerful world leaders traveled to Epstein's paedophile island for no reason. There are no victims. Case closed. But the
Oh,
public isn't buying it.
move
And
your
now
mic.
Virginia Giuffre's final message just blew the whole thing wide open. Recorded before her death and released as a dead man's switch after her death, her video confirms what many have suspected. Epstein wasn't just protected, he was extracted. With help from Bill Barr, with help from Hillary Clinton. Because Epstein wasn't just a criminal, he was an intelligence asset working for the CIA and Mossad, one of their own. And the crimes Hillary tried to bury, they're darker than most people's worst nightmares. This is the episode they never wanted aired. And once the
Hey,
world hears
move
what's
your
on the
mic.
tape, there's no
It's
going back.
echoing.
Before we dive
Oh,
in,
okay.
a quick word about our
Can you
partner,
hear it?
VP.net, the next
Good, yeah.
generation of private browsing. VP.net is the only VPN designed with true zero-logging architecture. It's yours, period. Virginia Giuffre was found dead earlier this year, and the authorities wasted no time calling it a suicide. But she warned us, if she died under suspicious circumstances, it wasn't her. The elite paedophile ring thought they'd silenced her, like all the victims. They were wrong, because Virginia left behind a final weapon, a dead man's switch. A digital time bomb designed to blow the lid of the world's darkest secrets. 24 hours after her death, the switch was triggered, and Virginia's recordings were sent to a small group of trusted alternative media outlets that she knew and
Okay,
trusted.
who is
So,
this,
what's
Kimberly?
inside? Names,
Your mic is
dates,
still
forensic proof of
echoing
household
too.
names.
What's that?
So who is he talking about?
He's talking about Virginia Jeffries. She was. If you don't know who she is, you soon will.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
No, I don't know much about this at all, so I'm kind of like excited.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
10 VIPs visiting Epstein's pedophile island, including Hillary Clinton, yet another high-level US politician caught in Epstein's trap. But it goes further. We're talking multiple world leaders and European royalty, multiple Hollywood household names including Hanks and Clooney, multinational CEOs, and philanthropists including Bill Gates. Like the list of VIP pedophiles that Trump advisor Alina Habba confirmed in February, the administration possesses.
But in this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
Is it going to be shocking?
I don't see how it's not shocking that there were so many individuals.
I'm in a green room at Fox, and I'm not going to say who because they didn't give me permission to share it. But the short story, but I don't know who they are. It says, you know, Epstein's an intelligence asset for people in the Middle East, right? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I'm like, you sure of that? The person, let's say, is like, I'm absolutely sure of that. There's a big assumption out there that these videotapes were exclusively in the custody of Epstein. That's a huge mistake. The reason they wanted this story to go away is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein had him. No, he wasn't the only one who had him, according to this source. These assets, that's why this blackmail story makes so much sense. Which Middle Eastern countries they are, I don't know. But this person, who's a very, very good reporter, I mean, aces, right? Swore Epstein was either a witting or unwitting intelligence asset, and they may have had his plane wired up, and they're the ones who have all this stuff. So the point is, to sum it up, how do you know some of these countries aren't going to some of these power players who aren't making decisions because, hey, you wouldn't want this video out there, right?
This is the real client list, the one they're terrified you'll get to see. They're so desperate to keep it buried, the DOJ and FBI have done a full 180 in the space of 3 months. They've thrown away every shred of credibility, now claiming that Epstein had no client list at all. So let's get this straight. Ghislaine Maxwell is serving 20 years in prison for trafficking minors to no one. The official narrative is falling apart, riddled with more holes than the blundering 9/11 cover-up. On Monday, the DOJ released a long-promised video from Epstein's cell. But there's just one problem. Conveniently, the video skips a whole minute at 11:59 p.m. A clean jump. Right before the moment that was supposed to prove to the world that he killed himself. They either think we're all stupid, or they're flat out mocking us right now. How are we supposed to believe the official story when the cover-up keeps unraveling right in front of us? Back in March, Attorney General Pam Bondi herself said that the Epstein client list was sitting on her desk, ready for her review for public release. Clear as day.
DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
Will that really happen? So they're saying that he was an asset for another country. Israel? That Jeffrey Epstein was an asset for another country. What was he giving away? Secrets? I thought he ran a whole ring.
So,
Like
well, you know, it's deep state. And they're lying. All of these people are lying. Now listen to the rest. Wait till you get to this voice recording of Virginia. It's the last one, I think, of hers, but it says a lot.
But none of this is on the news either, huh? You have to dig deep to find this information. Hi, Crystal. I'm not seeing anything. Are you? I'm not seeing anything. You're not sharing anything. Kimberly, you're not sharing anything. I don't see anything. What a day. Kimberly. We're not seeing what you're sharing.
You're not seeing what I'm sharing? Are you guys in the
No.
group seeing what I'm sharing? Are you sure? Because I can see it on my Riverside.
Here, play it. I'll jump back in. I'm not seeing it. What a day.
Okay, so it looks like it's playing, so let me stop and reshare.
Sorry. Maybe it's me. God, I'm so sorry.
Okay. Can you see it now?
I'll be back. Does anybody else see it? Crystal? Joel?
Are
No,
you guys
no.
seeing it?
Nope, they're not seeing it either. Maybe you need to jump out and jump back in or send me the link.
Okay, hold on.
Tech issues.
So I did put the screen link. Hold on, they don't want you to see this. That's why they're messing with it. Okay,
It
now
might
can you
be
see it?
actually because I think the one you shared when you did your live, that short where you showed the list, that was showing a warning, so they might not let us watch this.
Are you seeing the screen now? No, you're not. Let's see. Nope. Okay. So let me.
Well, I think you're just gonna have to give us the info. They might have even just taken us down.
Let me put
Gotta
it in
love
here.
it.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna try it one more time. Let me make sure my private VPN is on. It is. Okay, let me try it again.
Why is this only happen to you? Well, not only happen to you, but I don't know. I just find it interesting that we have so many tech issues with like everything.
No, it's not
It's a
doing
battle.
it.
Okay.
So I put it in the chat here. Let me put it in the chat. And we left off at 6:08.
Okay. So, questions then. I'm going to ask you guys some questions and I'd love to hear your answers. But Kimberly, what do you think? Is there a line between national security and manipulation? Like, do you feel like there's a place where we need this extra security? Or is there a line that they cross, in your opinion?
I think they've crossed a lot of lines. I don't think there's just one line they've crossed. I think they've crossed many.
Okay, so yes, obviously, but I'm talking about like, is there a level where you feel we need security like a CIA or all the what you call the FB lies? Like, do you think there is a purpose for it, and is there like a point of don't intrude on my personal life? Do you understand what I'm asking, guys? Do you understand what I'm asking?
There, can you see my screen now?
Nope.
It says View tab Rumble. Stop sharing up at the top of my screen.
We're watching you. Is that like oh,
All right, click.
not happening.
So it's just so frustrating. How about you? Can you open that link up? See if you can open it up.
Yeah. I don't know. You might get in trouble.
I don't care. I'm already targeted. It doesn't really matter at this point. And I'm not going to take a knee. I'd rather go outstanding than to, go down for these cowards. The government completely is corrupt. Doesn't matter if it's the left or right side. It doesn't matter if it's a Republican or a Democrat. This shit is deep. So try to open that link that I sent you and see if you can open it.
Okay. I am. This is all in her opinion, guys.
Yes, in my opinion. All in my opinion. Yeah.
We are just trying to inform and almost make light, I guess. Okay, yeah, I mean, I can open it. We're gonna see.
Okay, so go to 6:08, minute 6:08, or maybe 6 minute 5 seconds, and we can go take off from there.
Can you see it? Okay, Cool.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
can see it.
on.
So 6 minutes and 5 seconds, and then start playing it from there.
All right, let me get there and then I'll make it bigger.
Okay.
6 minutes and 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I want to know your opinion though. Like, honestly, do you think there is like a specific line that is crossed? Like, do you think we have a need for these types of programs or covert operations? Is there a purpose for
No,
them?
no. I think
Not at
that
all.
what needs to happen is there's so many layers of the government that one hand doesn't know what the other one's doing. They confuse people with the media. There's so many layers. It's like once you cut out that middle management or all of the management, then we, the people, should be able to self-govern ourselves. We don't need the circus. I feel like it's a big, fat joke, and it's an embarrassment to the United States of America. Because they're not going after the bad guys. Now, really, are they?
Well, I mean, are they? I mean, are there are some bad guys that are being put away. There is some good, I think, in systems and protections like this, but like it does feel it's starting to feel invasive in my head. Hi, Kemp. It's good to see you.
Yes. Hey, Kemp. Yes, it is
Um,
feeling invasive. Hey, Stash. Welcome for your first time here. Okay, we're going to finish
Hi.
watching
All
this
right, here we
video.
go. Let's see. It might
And
shut us. All right. Again, this is all sharing information from
wait till
somewhere
the
else.
end to ask questions so that people can get their heads around it. Okay.
Don't you love it? She tells me what to do. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting to it. Thank you.
Actually, there are no videos, no names, no victims. Ghislaine Maxwell trafficked children to nobody. Epstein was innocent. Nothing to see here, folks. And just like that, case closed. Are we really expected to buy that?
This is going to be an unmitigated disaster. I don't know how they got Trump and the DOJ to do this because the public is not buying it. No one is buying it.
As James O'Keefe's undercover investigation revealed, the deep state isn't a theory, it's real. And it's been running its own operation for years, cutting out the president, dodging oversight, and answering to no one. The intelligence agencies don't serve the people anymore, they serve themselves. So are we really supposed to be surprised when they investigate themselves and magically find no ties to Epstein? No blackmail, no wrongdoing, nothing to see here. Give us a break.
I work in the intelligence community. I work in the CIA. I do cyber operations. I've been doing it for a long time.
So how long have you been working at the CIA?
2008. I
Okay.
also worked at NSA though. And then I had a TSSCI with a full scope polygraph. That means that I'm fully vetted.
Amjad Basisi shows her his CIA identification badge.
So where does it say?
Does it?
Hey, that's the point.
That's the point.
What's CMC?
China Mission Center, darling. That's my mission center.
Gotcha.
Amjad talks about how the CIA kept information from Trump.
Like working.
We kept information from him.
Say one more time.
We kept information from him.
From Trump?
Yes, he's an idiot. There are certain people that would give them a high level overview, but never give it to you. You don't give them why. It's not leak those details.
Amjad Basisi states that higher-ups within the intel community, including CIA directors Mike Pompeo and Gina Haspel, and the upper levels of their staffs colluded to withhold information from sitting President Trump.
So the agencies kind of like all got together and said, we're not going to tell Trump.
The higher ups.
The higher ups.
You put it this way, the executive staff, we're talking about the director and the subordinates.
Like what titles are they? The
Director of the CIA.
director of the CIA will keep.
Yes.
Are you guys still watching him?
I would say yes.
It sounds like you guys are still watching him and his team.
Of course we are. Nothing goes while you're not somebody watching.
According to Virginia Giuffre, Epstein wasn't just a predator, he was an asset, working for both the CIA and Mossad. So of course they protected him, and of course they kept him alive. He was too valuable, a weapon used to compromise powerful men and bend Washington to their will. Now, the blackmailed are showing their true colors, and the few who aren't compromised, they've been threatened, even with assassination. DC is drowning in fear and confusion, and Virginia's dead man switch just blew the lid off. Because in her files, one name keeps coming up, Hillary Clinton. Why? Because she'll do anything to keep her island visits buried. And because she's not just a player, she's a commander in the deep state's war on the duly elected president. How did Hillary help Epstein fake his own death? We'll break it down right after this important message from our sponsor. The global elite are raking in crypto billions, rigging markets to keep regular Americans like you broke. It's a deliberate war. And as viewers of this channel already know, the globalists want you enslaved, not free. Block Trust IRA is smashing that with their Animus AI trading platform, which has been designed to outsmart the hedge fund managers so that everyday Americans have a chance at real
Can you
financial
fast
independence.
forward through that?
This is the #1 crypto platform, crowned by Bitcoin Magazine from over 1,500 rivals. Thousands of ordinary Americans like you
Yeah,
are already
that's what
raking
we're
in
looking for.
250% returns, backed by by him through everything, suddenly turned on Gates and killed the nomination because Israel couldn't trust him. They knew he couldn't be trusted to play ball. He couldn't be controlled. So they gave the order to the compromised Congress, and Gates was tossed aside. To be replaced with a woman they knew they could intimidate into compliance with their agenda.
You got a 99%
on
issue.
Epstein. Bill Barr is the one that needs to be called in to give sworn testimony on what happened there at Bureau of Prisons, because that is not that. There's just no way that the story you're getting is the real story there. No freaking way, and Bill Barr knows it.
I think most people believe that, right? Like it's like no way that that's.
I actually think it was
true.
I actually think that on Epstein, it was a foreign government that took him out. I don't think it was a domestic enterprise.
Really?
I do. I'm not going to say which one, but I don't think it was domestic inspired to take out of him. I think that was a foreign operation, government sponsored.
So foreign operation took out Epstein inside of our prison.
Yes.
So they must have been allowed to.
Oh, I think it was
Right?
in concert with people in our government. Wow. But not at like some, low level guard getting bribed kind of way.
Yeah.
At a state to state level.
So wow. So that's probably a lot of partied interests in keeping that under wraps.
You better believe it. Weapon systems at play, global deals at play.
Interesting. You have evidence to back that up?
I just am positing it as a theory.
Wow.
Matt Gaetz is right. It was a foreign intelligence operation government-sponsored that took Epstein out of the prison system. But they didn't act alone. They worked hand in hand with the US deep state, led by Hillary Clinton, in coordination with Bill Barr, both of whom had their own reasons for helping the blackmailers, personal reasons. Bill Barr's ties to Epstein go way back, all the way to the 1970s. It was Barr's own father who gave a young unqualified Jeffrey Epstein his first job at the elite Dalton School in Upper East Side Manhattan, despite no degree, no experience, just an unhealthy obsession with underage girls. That's right. The Attorney General at the time of Epstein's so-called death was no neutral party. He was a longtime family friend. It was his own father who pulled strings to help Epstein forge his path into New York's elite, giving him his first job and opening the doors. This wasn't justice, it was protection from the very top. Once again, they expect us to chalk it up to just another coincidence. Because apparently in their world, corruption, cover-ups, and corpse swapping all happen by accident. And Hillary? She's not just connected, she's committed. A fully embedded deep state operative. According to Virginia Giuffre, Hillary has been to the island multiple times. In the second installment of Giuffre's Dead Man Switch, she says that when the public understands the role played by Israel, there'll be a reckoning. And as for when they understand the full extent of Hillary Clinton's crimes, it won't just be a scandal. All hell will break loose.
If you're hearing this, it means I'm dead. Not missing, not in hiding, dead. And it wasn't a suicide. It wasn't an accident. I was murdered because I know too much. Because I refuse to shut up. And this is one of several tapes I've sent to trusted journalists. People who still care about truth, who still dare to stand up to power. If you're one of them, thank you. Please don't stop. This is part of a series I've prepared called The Justice Files, and it's aimed at one thing, making damn sure the monsters who trafficked me and others like me who abused us, who murdered those who spoke out, they don't get away with it. My name is Virginia Giuffre. What matters is that I was a victim of Jeffrey Epstein. You know who I mean. The billionaire creep who killed himself in that prison. Except he didn't. That was all a lie. He's still alive. He's laughing. He's bragging. He's out there doing it again. So, how do I know? Because I was in the system. I was trafficked by him for years to the kind of men who appear on magazine covers and look important and shake hands at summits. I know how these networks work, and I still have contacts, other survivors, employees, even some people still caught in the system, still forced to serve. Word gets around. Jeffrey's not even hiding it anymore. He brags about it to the sick freaks who still worship him. Says he pulled off the greatest vanishing act of the century. Says they'll never catch him now. And you know what? He might be right, unless people wake the hell up. Here's what actually happened. Jeffrey didn't die in that cell. The body they wheeled out, that was...
Honestly, I don't even want to say this because people will try to cancel me, but neuropathy can be reversed overnight with this pineapple and pepper pack. These are three...
Okay, skip that.
That was Hillary Clinton's brother. His name was Tony Rodham. And yeah, he looked close enough to pass for Jeffrey if you squinted and didn't ask questions. Hillary killed him over some property fight, then used his corpse to fake Jeffrey's death. The truth is, Hillary is far worse than Bill. People don't talk about her visits to the island, but they should. Because she's not just complicit. She's a much darker figure, sick, cold, and ruthlessly effective. When those tapes drop, and they will, people are going to lose their minds. She knows it. That's why she's doing everything in her power to stop it. She cannot let the truth come out. There's too much at stake, too many reputations, too much power to lose. That's why the feds played along. The cameras conveniently glitched. The guards just happened to fall asleep. And the DOJ's top brass, they made the call. Epstein didn't die. He walked out. Right through a service exit, climbed into the back of a government SUV like it was Uber Black, driven straight to a private airfield in Jersey. And where did he go? Israel. Why? Because he was working for them the whole damn time. His blackmail operation, his whole setup, it wasn't just about money or perversion. It was intelligence, strategic compromise. Every time a powerful man raped a girl in one of Epstein's mansions, there were cameras, microphones, full surveillance. Every move recorded, and those tapes, they weren't just for his vault, they were sent straight to Israeli handlers. And now they've got everything, every name, every act, every crime. That's why so many US officials suddenly flip their scripts. It's not ideology, it's fear. They're being blackmailed, or worse, they're being threatened. I've heard the warnings passed around: obey or end up like JFK. And don't think that's an empty threat. These people have no limits. Kill or be killed, they say. They kill when it's convenient. They erase, they delete, just like they're trying to delete me. But I won't let them. Even in death, I won't let them. That's what this tape is for. That's what all my tapes are for, to expose the deep state apparatus, the global trafficking ring, the politicians and billionaires who use children like pawns, and the system that protects them. I was passed around like property, but I am not property. I am not a ghost. I am testimony. And if you're hearing this, it means the truth is still alive. Keep going. Don't stop. They're not untouchable. Not if we all stand up.
Virginia Giuffre isn't the only victim of the elite paedophile ring to blow the whistle on Hillary Clinton's unimaginably horrific past. An FBI criminal profiler has blown the whistle, talking about the sheer animal horror of viewing Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin's frazzle drip crime scene. Warning: what you're about to hear includes descriptions of abuse so horrific, so depraved, they go far beyond what most people can even...
I don't think we can play that. Hold on. Unmute your mic. I had to mute your mic because we were getting all sorts of feedback.
Sure, it's par for the frickin' course. You may not be able to play do that part. They can go to Rumble and watch that part. It's quite disturbing, but just go through the part where she ends, you know, her face is showing on that video. And then finish the rest of it because it's almost over. Okay, no, go back a little bit more. Oh, go back a little bit more till that red leather face thing comes off.
Sorry, I'm having. Here, I'm just gonna. There, we'll start from here. Hold on.
Are tapping your every move online,
Mute your mic.
feeding their globalist surveillance machine. Your VPN isn't saving you. Your VPN is spying on you. They flash no logs like it's a promise. But what they're really saying is, trust us. Trust foreign outfits in Israel, Panama, Romania, Switzerland. Trust them not to sell your data when the globalists tighten their grip. We know their plans. They told us. They're building a digital prison planet, digital IDs, 50-minute cities, total internet control. The globalist takeover needs one thing: every click, every search, every move you make online in their hands. You think you're safe? Mossad has just been busted spying on White House officials. Nobody's safe. I don't know about you, but it boils my blood knowing they're chaining the internet to their globalist agenda. That's why I've partnered with VP.net, the world's first verified privacy network. They don't promise trust, they prove it. Cryptographic proof in real time that they can't see your traffic. They can't see it, and neither can some tyrannical government, not even if they came with court orders and threats. Your data is locked in Intel SGX secure enclaves. Cryptographic vaults so secure, even the owners of VP.net are shut out. This isn't privacy by some flimsy policy, it's privacy
Okay,
by design,
let's
built
start the
to break their
conversation because
control.
that's just an ad. But people should get a VPN and they should get it from a trusted source.
Sorry.
I use MAGA VPN, which is, I got that from the American State Nationals referral for that. So hopefully, I don't know.
So,
hello, everyone. So what do you think? Thank you from Australia.
Yeah, we're talking.
Hey,
We're talking
Crystal.
spies and I'm finding all of this very, very interesting. Like how the romanticized version of a spy and, you know, what you guys see as spy and covert operations, they're so different. It's sexy in a movie, but it's not very sexy in real life. Like, it's terrifying that they can just, I don't know, like project thoughts into your mind and make you do something. It's
Well,
and it's not
it's
just governments. Like there's like there are other, like, I don't know, I would say subcontractor spies. Like, is this, oh, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Yeah, we were having, so Kim, you're when you play a video or when you are listening to something, you have to mute your mic
okay.
because yeah, it was so we
Me
have mind
too.
control experiments. We have what's the Stargate project? Psychic spying. Okay, I want to know, is that real? Like psychic spying? Can somebody actually remote view?
Yes.
Do you believe that?
Yeah,
Really?
they've
How
done
is
it.
that?
They've been doing it. They have been doing it since the 70s. And they
Yeah. So
unalived the first guy that was really, really good at the psychic remote viewing,
a
unfortunately.
remote viewer, yeah, described a Soviet nuclear submarine site that was later confirmed. So basically, these are psychics that people, CIA, I don't know, is that what you would call it? That they're bringing in and training them to remote view on whatever they want to know about. Like
A specific,
they're using psychics.
specific coordinate. They could give them a coordinate and say, I want you to see what you see here. And sometimes they see too much, and then that's too big of a risk, and it's all a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me. And we all have psychic abilities, and we would be able to use them more if we weren't stuck in this 5G dirty electricity grid, in my opinion.
In my opinion. Yeah, I think we got in trouble. We have to, in our opinion. Okay, so
Yes.
okay, so this psychic spying thing, it says it's been funded for nearly 20 years. It's over 20 years. Like, who funds this? Is it us? Is it our taxpayer dollars that funds
Yeah,
these?
absolutely. Where else do you think this money goes to feed this criminal establishment, which they refer to as, you know, the word government comes up, and in Latin, govern, to govern the people, and meant means something else, and I can't remember what that is, but look it up.
Yeah.
You guys can
Yeah.
find all sorts of information. In fact, sometimes my head just feels like it wants to explode because you suck this information in. And I want you to look up a picture of Hillary Clinton's brother and see if he resembles Epstein.
Huh. All right. I'm going to look. Tony Rodham or Hugh Rodham? No. Okay. Hold on. Looks like that's Tony Rodham. Okay. All
There was
right.
Tony Rodham and John Rodham. I'm not sure which Rodham brother it was, but see if someone should do like a clip of Epstein versus the Tony.
Yeah, I'm going to look. I'm going to see. I mean, is he obviously he's dead, or otherwise where'd the guy go? Yeah, June 7th, 2019.
Then
So,
when was Jeff when did they declare Jeff deceased?
okay.
Once you see this shit, you can't unsee it. I'm sorry.
Okay. So it says here that it was August 10th, 2019. That's what I'm reading. And then it says Tony died June 7th, 2019. So that's
There's
2 whole months.
Yeah, well, there's such a thing called a freezer. Just put them in the freezer.
What?
It's not funny, but that's what these guys do. These guys are
buried in
so
empty
messed
cabinet?
up.
Is that what you think? They just buried it. I mean, I guess you've heard stories about that. Again, there's movies about that. Like, I've heard.
They're
that
telling
it's
you.
true.
Yeah.
So they're saying that they used his body, Tony's body, and replaced Epstein's body to cover up a suicide, or create a suicide, or an offing. You guys know where I'm getting. So
Even the guy who
for
did the
what? Where is
opt-out,
he now then? Like, what's the purpose? Like, wouldn't it be better for Epstein to not be here anymore? Like, what would be the purpose?
she said he's in Israel. So he got a pass, and he's still doing the same thing that he was doing there. It is a global agenda. It's a global ring. Look, my friend sent me, let's see how many pages this list is. This is the playbook from 2004, 2005 of one of the Epstein files. And it is the one that I showed on my live was like 92 pages. This one is 97 pages. It not only lists names, it lists places. So
Like,
I'm
no
gonna
joke.
no joke. Look at how thick this thing is.
Where did that come from? I mean, you don't have to tell me any names, but somebody sent you this? Like,
yeah.
How do you know it's legit?
Well, it looks just legit, like like the other lists that I saw that have the handwriting on it that says, I don't think that they would say what year the playbook was and circle certain names in the book if it wasn't, real.
I read something about I'm skipping all over Uri Geller. I read something on Uri Geller when I was doing some research here. That's
That's the
remote
young
viewing thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, has anybody
Thanks,
actually
Igor.
came out and said, I did this for, like, I don't know. I just, the
There
remote
are
viewing
plenty of
thing and the astral
whistleblowers.
projecting thing kind of blows my mind. Like,
There are plenty of whistleblowers out there, but guess where you're not going to find them? You're not going to see them on the owned media outlets,
No.
in my opinion.
No.
You're going to have to go search other places. If I knew how to get on the dark web, I would do that. And because I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff that we're searching for is there, which is called the truth.
Totally. The truth.
Yeah. And I
Wow.
believe in the whole truth. And I think that's what we deserve since we spent, yeah, like you said, trillions of dollars every year.
Yeah, this says, okay, so this Andrea, I'm probably not saying that right, is medical doctor, inventor, and parapsychology researcher. He had military ties, neurological research for intelligence applications, deeply involved in extrasensory perception, telepathy experiments, as early as 1950s. So this is Cold War era, is that right? Right? Okay. In the 70s, then Uri Geller came on board with psychokinetic and telepathic powers. And so they basically combined, they were tested at the Stanford Research Institute under CIA sponsored protocols and created Project Stargate. Wow. Showed Geller could reproduce drawings and objects hidden from view, sometimes with uncanny accuracy. Wow. So basically, they're just, what I want to know is like, what are these people going through to train to do this? You know, like you see in the movies, again, the romanticized way of things. It's like they're being tortured to learn to do this. And then they have to go out and do this whole remote viewing thing. And you say it's still happening today.
Yeah. They probably don't even need it with all the eyes in the skies and the satellites. They know where everything is, where every person is, where every animal is, where every bunny is, where every, person wanting to get off grid is. You cannot hide.
Oh my gosh. This is interesting. Your opinion, the truth will set us free. In your opinion. There you go. That's
In
what
my
we need.
opinion, it will, Joe. Well, the truth shall set us free.
Well, there's some
Because
really
we are
interesting.
very few, and we are very many.
Okay, so here's my question. I'm seeing there's some pretty interesting, like declassified documents that you can get access to, but
Mhm.
like the Stargate but they're not gonna tell us just because it's declassified doesn't mean, I don't know. I just can't see people who are trying to hide information like this, like giving it up because it's declassified, or in your sense, as you're changing to a citizen of the land, as you say, like just because you send that document doesn't mean they're just going to do it, right? They're not doing it now anyway.
Well, they're going to do it if there are more of us that are removing ourselves from the indebted debt slave system that they've birthed us into, and we don't know the wiser to that system, and we know that we actually have an estate that has wealth in it because we were born here, then that's a problem because they're using all of our tax money to buy their $1 billion houses and their $1 billion lots and their 2,500 cars and their elaborate lifestyles, where we're all stuck scraping by trying to figure out how we're going to put food on the table. That makes no sense. This country is ass backwards.
Look at this.
In
Like
my opinion.
There's actual documents on here. I had no idea this stuff. Like, you can actually see this. Magician walks into a library. These are unclassified documents. This one's an article from 1969. I really now want to go and start reading some of this stuff. And this is
Yeah.
all going back into the topic of basically this whole
Being a
sense. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, being this huge psychological warfare targeting citizens, and yeah.
I wonder what sanitize mean. Look, it's actually like notes in people's handwriting. Oh, guys, this is cool. All right, well, thank you for the name, Igor, because now I'm gonna do some deep diving, learn something. I like history, so this maybe will open my mind and teach me some stuff.
You have to have a really
Quite an
open
odd
mind
thing.
to understand what's going on here, and it's not good. So the more people that wake up and get their vibrations straight and protect themselves from the EMF, the better off we'll be.
And there's all sorts of different ways that you've given suggestions on how to do that. I've
Yep.
decided, yeah, it's like, I don't know, but it's been weird lately. Like, have you not noticed like the whole energy and of the world has just been like extra weird
Yeah.
these past
Why do
few
you
weeks?
think Why do you think all of the animals are leaving Yellowstone? I saw videos of bears, elk, and bobcats leaving
Really?
Yellowstone, supposedly on their way to Salt Lake City, in my opinion, Utah. And then and one guy asked one of the pastors there or whatever, because we know that Mormon comes from Masons, and he said it could be, oh, this has been prophesied for the end of the world. And so then Igor and I got on the phone today and we started discussing, just like Jose Delgado could make that bull run with using just directed energy weaponry, they can make animals move too. So I want people to keep that in mind when they're watching these videos. And sometimes, like, even I get confused because I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Like, you just have to sit and logically deduct the questions and just know that the people running this circus show that we're living in right now, that doesn't feel right, that feels weird, are not
Yeah.
your friends. They're not for the people. They're, for themselves.
Okay, thank you by the way for this. Yeah, last week sucked. I had a hard week last week, so thank you for your love. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to be in a lighter space because I'm not going to let them take my light even if I have just a
Correct.
little bit.
That's
Um,
correct.
but so what's weird though, and I know we're running over, but I don't really care right now. What's weird is like, didn't they just pass a bill so they're gonna sell like public? I mean, like, um, Yellowstone, Jackson, like, national, not national land. They sell off land to make money for the government. Like, didn't they just add that into this recent bill? Because I'm wondering if
It's
they're
not even
trying to
theirs to
run the
sell.
life out of areas that they want to try and sell. Oh God,
It's
why
not
can't I
even
think of
theirs
the
to
name of it?
sell. They can't sell it. It's we the people's land. They can try to sell it because they're trying to do that because their corporation is bankrupt. The United States of America is bankrupt. So many people have said it online. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get trouble for that one, but the United States of America is bankrupt.
Yeah, and the rich keep getting richer, and the poor keep getting poorer. And I'm going to tell you, I have seen in the past 2 weeks, or so many people who have been impacted by these big changes. You know what I mean? That have been put into place, and these are kids who have nothing. Like they're literally taking. I'm seeing it happening in front of my face, and
Yep.
it's rather scary. So it's not theirs to sell, but it's being sold. And if there's nothing on the land and there's no life because it's being chased off somewhere else, like the land becomes very cheap to buy, I'm assuming. I don't know. It can't be
Yeah,
used.
that's a very good question. You come up with a very interesting perspective. I'm interested to get on to Anna's website and see how many letters she's written lately. I'm pretty sure she's busy telling
Yeah.
these criminals that they're acting in criminal behavior, which is what I added all of these things to my mailings today.
So I was thinking,
These-
guys, next week I was thinking we could go into AI, like technology. I want to hear like Kimberly's side from the survivor standpoint and all of her knowledge. And then I kind of want to talk about on the my side, like how I see it as a benefit. I'm interested in kind of debating back and forth with you next week. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I saw a great video on my Substack today. I'll forward it to you
Yes.
so you
Bring
can
it.
watch it. Yeah.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Although most people on this channel are going to be like, Kimberly's right. I'm just going to be here on my little lone fairy island pretending like only good in the world.
Whenever people tell me they've gotten kicked off a platform, it makes me want to watch them more because I'm like, I wonder why that guy got kicked off a platform and why? Because he got kicked off Chat GPT. And I was like, because he was going through the back door doing something wrong. And I'm like, oh, let me listen to this guy. But that's what everybody should be doing. Ask why and question everything. That is just common sense.
Ask why. I mean, you may or may not necessarily agree or believe, but if you ask the questions, you are now at least enlightened. You have more knowledge. You have something to weigh and analyze and measure, right? Like you have a choice. You can either decide to know it, agree with it or don't agree with it, but at least you know it, right? At least so that's like the whole do your research education side of things. Well, today was odd, but I think, tech, whatever, it happens.
Yeah.
We appreciate all of you guys. I'm just happy to see your beautiful face. I love our Tuesdays together. I love seeing we were talking when we hung up the other day. We were talking about seeing the same people, the same names over and over again and adding new names every week. And so we really appreciate it. Like you guys make it what it is. You give us something to talk about. You engage and it's fun. It's fun to talk with you guys back and forth. And if somebody wants to maybe join us for a small segment on one of these, like reach out. Like I wouldn't mind bringing on somebody for 20 minutes and chatting it up. So reach out. We'd love to have you. Otherwise, are we good? We're done.
Yes. As always, stay strong, everyone. We've got this.
All right.